Hey, what is up, everybody? So before I get into this video, wanted to let you guys know I filmed a podcast yesterday with Joel Moran on his Joel Moran show, and we talked about the NFC North, gave some predictions for every team. We talked Packers for the first probably 20 minutes or so. It was a great conversation. If you want to watch it, I'm going to leave it linked at the top of the description here, and I'll also try to link it like at the end of the video as well. So feel free to go check that out and listen to that. Well, it was a fun one to do. And so now I want to touch on something I came across yesterday, and I'll play the audio from this clip. It's from Nick Wright of First Things First. And let me just share this. It's like a minute clip. You guys can listen. Give your thoughts as always. I'm going to give my thoughts and tell you what I think here. It's quite the take. Here you go.
The Green Bay Packers, and they missed the playoffs.
Wow.
So
he has the Packers missing the playoffs, if you couldn't hear that clearly.
Don't trust the defense. Don't get mad at me, Wilds. I know they played well for 3 quarters against the Chiefs. That was an argument from last year. Everyone loves Jeff Hafley. They're like, oh my God, their new D coordinator was the head coach at Boston College. And I'm like, listen, I'm not Chris the Bear Fallica, but I never think Boston College, that defense just crushes. No, they don't.
Watch the tape.
Well, I did. It's not great. And I play with them on NCAA 25 sometimes. The personnel's not terrible. And so they're going to do a lot of single high. I don't get it. The no A.J. Dillon is a big deal. That's new. Major kicker worries. They just cut the kicker that they drafted a year ago, and real expectations. Last year, this team was 6-8, and then beat Bryce Young, Jaron Hall, and Justin Fields. That's how they made the playoffs. And then, yes, they were brilliant for 6 quarters of playoffs. The whole game against the Cowboys, the first half of the divisional round. But then I just think progress is not linear in this league. Sometimes you're looking good, take a step back, and then go. I think the Packers, there's going to be a lot of people who pick them to go to the Super Bowl. I think that they have a year similar to last year, 8 or 9 wins, but this year it's not enough to make the playoffs.
Okay, so he has the Packers missing the playoffs after making it in Jordan Love's first year. So here's the thing. When you look at this Packers offense, it's the exact same Packers offense as last year. Sub in Josh Jacobs for Aaron Jones, I think, which will be somewhat of the same production with Josh Jacobs coming here to this Packers offense. I don't see how the Packers don't make the playoffs. When you look at this roster, the same offensive unit with a team of young players who were trying to figure it out early last year. They figured it out to end the season. And so you're telling me that a year after they destroy the Cowboys, who I know in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. They always lose in the playoffs. But they had one of the best defenses in the NFL, one of the best offenses in the NFL. And the Packers shut them down. Outside of garbage time where the Cowboys slowly came back with the Packers just sort of playing back and not playing too hard near the end, the score got closer. But the Packers were straight up dominating in that game. I remember being there, sitting up in some of the higher seats, and Cowboys fans were shocked. I sort of had a feeling something like that could happen with the Packers being the underdogs. But the Packers completely dominated against one of the best teams in the NFL. And so I, for one, do not see this team taking a step back offensively. Jordan Love, year 2, all these rookie receivers from last year coming into their second season. I just think that they have a whole year under their belt. They're going to be so much better on offense, and you upgraded the offensive line, bringing in Jordan Morgan. There may be a lack of depth, but that's still. And then he brought up A.J. Dillon, and here's the thing. When you look at any team around the NFL, let's say any team's number 2 running back were to go down, whoever it is, I don't think it's the end of the world. Now, if you have a top-tier running back, like let's say Josh Jacobs potentially went down, or Christian McCaffrey, I think that does affect your team. But specifically A.J. Dillon, who I love as a player. He's been a great part of Green Bay, and it's been fun to have him here. And it's really unfortunate and sad that he had to be placed on the IR with that stinger, and I hope that he's okay. But last year, he just wasn't very good. 3.4 yards a carry, like 59th or so in the NFL. Was around the same rank when it came to yards after contact per attempt. I do personally think when it comes to running the ball, the Packers are better with Emmanuel Wilson and Marshawn Lloyd at the second spot. So I don't agree that him not being here is going to, negatively impact this Packers offense. And he also brought up the kicker issue, which I would agree. That is a problem. You know it's a problem when you have a kicker battle between two guys and neither of them win it. That shows you how poorly each of them played throughout the competition, through the offseason, and through training camp, and through the preseason. And the Packers did bring in Narveson from the Titans, who I'm cautiously optimistic about. You look at some of his stats from his time in college, and there's some reason to be hopeful. He was 81% for his field goals from 40 to 49 yards. Anders and Greg Joseph last year were 50% from 40 to 49-yard field goals. And so I think there's some reason to be hopeful, but still, I get the concern there. I'm concerned as well with that. I'm hopeful that he can be a good kicker. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. And when you look at the defense as well, he brings up Jeff Hafley. I just think that if the Packers didn't have a defensive coordinator and the players were just doing what they wanted out there, I still think this would be a middle-of-the-road defense because of the amount of talent here in Green Bay. You have one of the best edge rushers, defensive ends in football, in Rashawn Gary. You have one of the best corners in football in Jair Alexander. You have one of the best safeties in the NFL in Xavier McKinney. And then you got Kenny Clark on the defensive line. I'd say he's top 10-ish defensive lineman. You got a few other great pieces as well. And so I think it'll be hard for the Packers defense to be bad. Like, it takes skill. I think it would take skill to call plays to where this team was, in the bottom 20 to 30 in the NFL. And if we look at some of the Packers stats last year on defense, they were 10th best scoring. I don't think that gives the full picture. The Packers were 23rd in EPA per play, which was expected points added, 24th in EPA per pass, 22nd in EPA per rush, one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL. And there was just so much inconsistency last year. It was just confusing at times. We play well against the Lions on Thanksgiving, win that game, hold the Chiefs to 19, which is an accomplishment, win that game, and then we get diced up by Tommy DeVito, Baker Mayfield, and Bryce Young has the best day of his career, 312 passing yards, best passer rating in the league. And I think part of that was due to Joe Barry and his passive scheme, and I think that Hafley is going to bring a much more aggressive unit, and I think the Packers are set up for success there. And so while I think there are concerns on probably any NFL team, some have more than others, and I just think that there's no way this Packers team is going to be worse than last year. That's what I believe 100%. Because for all the reasons I brought up, this offense, Jordan Love being one of the best QBs in the league, one of the cheapest wide receiver rooms in the league, but one of the best. This team is going to make the playoffs. You can count on it. So that's my thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As I said, I'll link the podcast right here. So if you want to watch it, talk more Packers. He gives his thoughts. We talk Bears, Lions, Vikings, record predictions, who's going to win the NFC North, all that kind of stuff. So check that out. And you can also follow me on Twitter, LukeBeller3, if you are a Twitter/X user. And I'll see you guys next time.